Good one. Okay, anyway, the question is, could God create a stone so heavy that he himself could not lift it? If yes, then there's something that God can't do, namely lift the stone, and so God can't be omnipotent. If no, then there's also something God can't do, namely create the stone, and so God can't be omnipotent. Either way, God can't be omnipotent, so an omnipotent being is impossible.
Yes. God is crushed under the weight of this metaphorical rock.
Because that shows you're biblically illiterate, because the Bible says there's a lot of things that God cannot do. So can God cease to exist?
No.
No, but you said he can do anything. Why can't he cease to exist?
I know, like, he can't lie. He can't cease to exist.
You just answered your question. So what does it mean that God can do everything and anything? If God is reality and truth and wisdom and reason, then to ask God to do something that's logically inconsistent means that God has to go against his nature. To say that he can build a mountain so big that he cannot lift is illogical, because by the very definition of God, he is the one who not only creates, but has to sustain the thing that he creates. So how can he create something that is beyond his ability to sustain, which is logically impossible?
He can't. I mean,
that's the answer. So tell your friends, stop with these stupid childish games, because they don't know what it means for God to be God and what it means for God to be able to do anything and everything. Because to say that God creates, the moment you say he creates, he has to then be able to sustain it. So how can he create something that he cannot sustain?
Yeah, because he can sustain everything. Everything on earth is controlled by him, and he's in control of every single.
The answer?
Yes,
how
sir.
can God create something he cannot sustain? Because if you're telling me, can he create a mountain so big he cannot lift, that means he's creating something that he cannot sustain. Then how can he create it if he cannot sustain it and preserve it?
Yes, sir.
You see, I'm already answering you by asking the question. Show your friends how stupid they are, not you, how stupid they are.
Yes, sir.
You understand? That's what I'm saying. So just like God cannot cease to exist, because God by his very nature is life, how can he then cease to live if he is life? And how can God create something beyond his capacity to sustain?